Hey, Don here. Okay, back with another live stream. Go back to work on these machines. Got the um, AS Rock. Okay, I have to switch to it. I knew that wasn't that simple, but I couldn't. My brain didn't catch on. Okay, let's check. Got to check. Just since I just got started, I need to make sure everything's working, my audio and video. But on Cam 2, got pointed at the monitor, so they want to switch my KVM switch. We see whatever machine I put it on. Okay, so it's been scanning since yesterday. Excuse me. Sorry. Since yesterday, I guess it was, I don't know what time it was when I started. I should have wrote that down so I'd be able to tell. Oh, well, let's see. 12:04 p.m. That looks like when it, yeah. Because this is, can't see the date on anything. Yeah, the 30th. Okay, so this is, that's when I started it, right there. And it's found, well, there's 3 down here. So that's why I organize it by name of problem, because that makes the ones that look like, the ones that I'm really concerned about show up on the bottom row there. Whatever the name they are, they won't show up in the list with heuristics broken executable or heuristics encrypted zip. So a couple of those I looked through, I may delete, but just to be safe. But these HTML exploit CVE 2016, definitely want to get rid of that. If it says exploit, then there's really I'm not going to hang on to something that has any kind of exploit in it. And besides, it's in browser cache. It was the backups of my browser cache from the Fedora 23 system, so definitely don't want that. Don't need any of the browser cache from there. At some point, I need to just get there and delete it. I started to do it a couple of weeks ago when it was on the machine, when the machine was still running for Fedora 23, but it was going to take forever, and I just stopped. I didn't want to wait. Let's see. It's actually looks like the exact same name and exact same numbers on the end in the browser cache again on the Fedora 23. I'm going to try to see if they're 2 different. Like I have developers and regular Firefox, and I have the older version that comes from the Fedora repos on there. So, of course, I hardly ever open it up, but that doesn't mean sometimes I open it by accident because I don't have any browser open, and I double click on HTML file and it opens that one up because it's the default one to the machine. You can't. I don't know if I ever found a way to change it. It didn't stay that way. It keeps going back. Sometimes you change the defaults and they go back, especially with updates and stuff, And then here's one, PDF exploit Talos can and a number. That's one I want to look up, but I'll do that later once this is all finished. I can just do it in here, copy. Well, I don't know if I can't copy and paste anything right now. Maybe later I can when I don't know if you can do that at all. I don't want to copy the file. I just want the name, of course. There is a deal called Virus Browser in ClamAV, but it always used too many resources, and it would just nearly take forever to load. Now, it just flat freezes the program. Sometimes I think it even freezes up the machine to where you can't move around. If I remember right, can't move around to other desktops and stuff. But so I always try to remember not to try to click on it. So even if it was going to, finally start working, I don't want to wait forever. I mean, I've waited. I've went off and did other things and let it sit there for 10 minutes several times in the last few months, and it just doesn't work. I don't know why that one little tab, that one little feature would do that. It always has been like that. Way back, back in Fedora, early for me, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I used to use it some because it really helps you to search. It points you to some pages with good information. It's kind of a little browser built in there. You can search. You can actually search Google from it. But you can search. I forget what you do, but somehow it makes it easy to. I think you can copy, and I don't remember, but it would be easy if it worked well. anyway, it doesn't matter if it don't work, right? So it's scanning away. It is in. It is on my backup drive now, and I don't know what order it goes in, but it's in the Lenovo i5 backup for Fedora 23. So that could be like on down. It could have already went through two or three other machine backups if it went top, ABC. But yeah, I know it doesn't go ABCs because, for instance, here we go. If you order it by the name, then you can see what drives it scanned so far. Well, the first, it went ahead and scanned my backup of my 32 gigabyte SD card. That was on the Seagate expansion drive. The first thing was boot VMLNUZ. That's one of your, and I know that's nothing. That's what's one of my kernel files. That is one of my kernels. So I know that's not actually broken. I'm running off of it where I was. I don't know 100% it's not broken. If you get real honest about it, but it does it every time, so I don't expect those to be broken. That would be, and I am scanning. It's booted in live Fedora 28, live security. So, and Fedora automatically mounts all Fedora partitions, the LVMs and everything. So that's why I wanted to use it. Then I installed. It doesn't come with ClamAV, so I have to install ClamAV. And you can, in this machine, I don't expect any problems unless it don't run right. Like it has been acting a little funny, but it's 8 core with 8 gig of RAM. Just upgraded it. So only reason I'm worried about is the motherboard might be too old to work good with that processor, because that processor is not in this ASRock motherboard's supported list, but it is the type of processor. It works and works fine, but when I was using it to do my OBS videos, the OBS program just kept freezing up and going white. I did it twice while I was just left it on camera 2 mode for a long time, and it did it. And it could have been just because I let it do that for too long doing a VLC stream, because that always, after so long, will overwork the machine. I guess somehow the system doesn't know how to, doesn't get rid of the cache fast enough or something. But anyway, I was trying to say where they're at. Okay, so the backup drive, it went through that. Then the next in the list, and this is things that, of course, not everywhere it's been, just where it found something it thought might be a problem. And then the Dell 1525 laptop, and then the Lenovo i5 backups. These are backups. This is a backup drive. The Seagate expansion drive is my backup drive, and then mom's documents folders, and then it's back into user lib. See, it was in boot, and then it went to run, and then it went to user lib, and then there's stuff in there that I don't think any of it's anything to worry about. But so anyway, I'm gonna leave it going. I don't know if it'll finish today, tomorrow, the next day. What I know that ClamAV, it's very thorough, especially when you set it like I did to do everything it can. Look for every folder, every inside of every executables. You got, if you really want to clean something up, you got to do that, even though it takes forever. If you don't scan inside of, I said executables. Well, yeah, inside of executables, but an executable is a compressed file. An exe is actually just a type of file compression, like zip or targz or whatever, rar. They're all in the same family. They're file compression. File compression utilities you use to make those. So, it doesn't seem that way. It didn't seem that way. I didn't realize that for many years. So, I'm using Windows, or quite a few years. I don't know when I learned it, but don't remember. But anyway, that's the case. And so, when you say scan inside of executables, well, in ClamAV, it gives you choices of which ones you want to scan and don't want to scan. A lot of apps will have .exe in the list and .msi, and so on. Some of them just in general scan inside of executables, and you need to do that because that's where malware viruses love to hide, and Trojans. And even if it wasn't in there to start with, if the file is vulnerable to be written to, they'll try to hide themselves in there. So scan everything, even though it takes forever. A Bitdefender is the one I tried first, and it ran all day and all night, and somewhere it stopped during the night. Actually, I thought it stopped during the night somewhere, and I couldn't figure out why. I did forget. I had planned on opening up. I just left the claim. Maybe I didn't open it up or do anything. I was waiting to do it in my video. Well, I forgot to open the program back up because I knew there would be possibly the latest log. Well, the latest log, you'd be able to see it, I think. At least you can at the end of the scans. And I thought maybe it would have one from that scan, unless it crashed and it lost it, you know. I forgot to do it. I tried to kind of look around the system, and I couldn't find anything but the X session error log. And it didn't have anything about that in there. And then it dawned on me, well, this morning when I got up, and the first thing I did was go over there like I just did. Go back over there. I just realized I don't know how I left that thing, and I don't want to screw it up. So let me switch back to Cam 2. I realize now I could have made the mistake I'm talking about, kind of type of mistake I'm talking about. I'm jabbering here. Okay, are we going to show it? Should here in a minute. I sure did. Okay, what I did last night is kind of waiting for it to come up and make sure. I'm sure yeah. Okay, so you see the interface, right? Well, I haven't been leaving it like that. I click over to a different desktop, and I didn't do that on the Bitdefender scan because it didn't have extra desktops, and I just don't like minimizing and raising and all that junk. Sometimes I foul up doing that when I'm tired and I'm half asleep. I might hit right click and slip and close the program or something, or unintentionally. But anyway, I'm sure I could have done that. What I should have done is minimized it so that whatever you do on the desktop, because whenever I got in it, so I left it, and that's another thing I can do is switch. And I kind of don't like to do it. I like to leave it. Like when I got a scan running all night and I might want to check on it, even sometimes when I wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, I might not be able to resist looking at it. And if all I have to do is just turn on the monitor, oddly enough, usually it goes to sleep, but oddly enough in Bitdefender and, I turned all that. I turned off. I don't like them going to sleep. It drives me nuts. My Fedora 23 goes to sleep every hour on the hour. No matter what you do, you can't. It's really a bug in that version. It was never that way before. I would turn it off and it would never go to sleep unless your monitor is set to put itself to sleep. And I try to turn all that off because I hate it going to sleep, going dark when I'm in the middle of a video or something, or when I'm working. So anyway, they weren't going to sleep. Maybe they would have it by an hour. I had set it to, I set it to not go to sleep. That's what I did. And so maybe it took it like it's supposed to. So anyway, I went in and turned off the monitor. And then all you have to do is just turn on the monitor to see it. So this is what I did last night. I left it like this, off on another desktop, and turned off the monitor. So when I got up in the morning, first thing I do, this house is dusty as all get out, and the first thing I do is dust the monitor, my keyboard and everything, wipe it off with just a paper towel. Well, I was wiping away, and then all of a sudden, I started to wipe the keyboard, and I thought, oh, heck, that's on a machine that's running. You don't want to wipe the keyboard with it on a machine that's running. You're no telling what you'll do. Well, when I checked it, it was over here in this window, or I think it was. But anyway, when I got to this window, about the whole half bottom was selected. I guess I can just do it. Like if you hit Control Shift and click like that, click with the mouse, that selects all of them like that. Well, it had selected a whole bunch like that, somehow just on the keyboard because I hadn't touched the mouse. So I could have just as easily killed this scan, even though I was off over here. So really, in my situation, my safest thing to do should be, and the reason I don't like to do it is because my KVM switch is a little hard to get it to hit where I want it to hit. But especially, well, see, at night I shove my rolling table over here in front of the computer, so I have to use this long deal or something, and it's a little harder to control. But I was showing my little. It's a back scratcher, but and I have a paper towel on it too. That's so I can. So I can put aloe vera on my back with it when it gets itchy. That works better than just because that thing is metal and all it does is scratch the living. It'll scratch you. I mean, it'll scratch through your skin. with the paper towel. Paper towels are pretty rough anyway, so you can use it like that with nothing on it. So anyway, TMI, sidetrack. Okay, so went blank. Okay, so I got lucky I didn't screw it up, but long story to tell this, on Bitdefender that may very well been what I did, but I didn't realize that I did it. You know, I could have touched the keyboard. I could have wiped the keyboard and easily hit escape, you know, and that would have just closed the program. Most likely, I mean, some programs will say, do you really want to close? And of course, I could have hit escape and then when wiping the keyboard, hit escape, and then next I hit enter, you know, amongst all the other keys, because when I wipe it, I try to wipe in between the keys and everything. And generally, there's nothing running every morning, you know, except for my server, and I'm never on the server with the KVM switch. I leave it generally on the Lenovo 5, the one I'm going to use most of the time. So really, well, long story, trying to say I have the ability to just switch to other machines that aren't running, and then I wouldn't be able to do that. So note to self: you think you can, if you think you can remember not to do things like that, well, you can't, Don. Maybe you could a few years ago, 25 years ago. Maybe you thought you could, but now you better face it. You can't. So use all the safety measures you got to use. Something that takes that. I mean, if it's going to take, it could very easily take 3 days to scan that thing. I mean, the last time it was 2.5 days and 2 nights. Last time I scanned it, and it was on a slower machine. Maybe it's actually the slower machine was able to scan it as fast as the drive could be read. You know, it might not make any difference. So, or as fast as the program can go. Like I said, PlanMAV is much slower than Bitdefender. I'm still okay. Well, stop jabbering and go to work. Okay, so get on the desktop here. I have my Red Black Bible Store with Fedora 14 up and running, and I used it. I still have my whole old system on there, and I checked my email because I don't have. I could just log into the webmail, but I hate doing that, so I just opened up Thunderbird because it's still all set up. I just have to try not to do anything I send, of course, won't end up in my new profile. And I don't want to try. I've tried once or twice merging email profile folders, and that's kind of hard. But let's see. And speaking of merging, that's what I was going to try to really get rid of duplicates in my new file that I'm building. Just notice there's a text file on top. Oh, yeah, because that's what I was doing. Okay, so I copied. Oh, it's still a text file because I haven't turned it into a script yet. But I copied and pasted from 2 different sources my little hand-typed favorite, very few of my favorite apps. And I mean, I could go and look, okay, what do I want? What do I like? You know, actually, there's one. Oh, I don't have it. I'm not on the system, so I'd have to be on my old Fedora 23 system to do that. Now, this is a new system with very little stuff. So I can't even do that now, other than maybe looking at screenshots. But I can't remember the name, so I need to be able to hover over them. I kind of had meant to maybe do that, but that's so time-consuming when there's other, you know, like you can get them from the apps list and all that stuff. And really, that's why the last time I did a group install script, it got pretty much everything I wanted. So that's why I was going to do that first. But there's a few things I need, like I need them, and right now they're not there, you know. Let's see if there's anything in desktop. Let's see. Record my desktop. Yeah, there it is twice. Oh, well, it's in there 3 times. That's one way to find it, right there. What about B and C? B and C is not in there. Vino, that's the server. Tiger, some of them I remember, but see, they're not in there. I don't really like Tiger VNC Viewer, but I will say this. Well, and I don't know how, I can't type, you got to have the exact right syntax, like system config secure FTPD. See, It's got dashes in there, and you got to know all that. So you can't. It's really hard to just hand type that stuff unless they're simple like Firefox, Clam AV. You know, some of these up here at the beginning up here, KDN Live, Cheese. So that's why I try. I go around. I go pretty far to try to get out of having to do that. Let's see. I'll just leave that open because I think well, no, let's close it. I don't want to accidentally mess it up. The one that the Don's favorite apps list, I am going to want that open. Okay, now I copied all that stuff yesterday out of there so that I could try to put it in some kind of program and get rid of the duplicates. And I did, and one of the reasons I booted up the Fedora 14 system is so that I could, I'm going to have to use DNF so that I could, let me go ahead and, oh, that's not the right searcher. I put that up there, but it's only a file search. It won't find apps. So I don't even have an app finder on here yet. And I keep forgetting because I see that icon that's very similar. So go up here to Apparai installed. Now there's where I don't know why it's really still in the repos if it doesn't work. It just wouldn't work. It wasn't. It's like it wasn't all there. Maybe that's it. Maybe it doesn't. But it should have installed all of its own dependencies, you know. But you can't even use it. And it's the old package manager that Fedora used to use for I don't know how many years. When I started in 2005, I think that's what they were using. I know it's been using it since before, like Fedora 12. I know that on up to about Fedora 22.1 or something like in there. Somewhere in there they dropped using it, started using Yum Extender. Yum Extender is good, but I didn't like it as well until I got used to it as I did Apper. But see, you can't, as far as I know, I can't find Yum Extender or DNF Yum Extender to put it in here now in Fedora 28. So I'm going to open this regular DNF Dragora and try not to complain too much about it. Of course, the first thing it does, and you can't make it do anything different, is search for updates. Looks like maybe there may not be any. Then you just got to switch to all, or it won't find a thing when you start searching. You got to wait for it to load, and it loads. They were saying it was going to be their new system was going to be faster than Yum, but it's slower to me. Maybe faster at installing, but it's slower at just working with it and loading stuff. Okay, VNC Viewer. That's what I want. And hit enter doesn't work. Got to hit search. I guess I won't ever stop grappling about this thing. It's one, I've never seen a program that I just despised using so much, and I don't know when. I guess because I'm so spoiled to the ones I like so well. Okay, nothing come up in name, so now I can't search them all at once. Gotta go. I'll try descriptions. Try it again. Okay, GTK VNC. I don't really know exactly what that is, but I'm not going to try it since I don't remember it. At least I don't think. We'll see. Ming W. Let's look at the descriptions too, make sure. It might be I've been using it and I don't know the name of it. Virtual Machine Manager. No, that's Virtual Machines. I don't know why QVirt comes Virtual Machine Manager. Oh, QVirt is a VNC is a VNC viewer for GTK. Oh, I'm up there on that. I was like, what? There, QVirt. Virtual Machine Manager provides a graphical tool for administering virtual machines. I always wanted to try that out. Actually, maybe I have used it. Oh, I think that's the one I used. Okay, but I don't know why it shows up when you search for VNC. It's probably in there somewhere. Probably in there in the description. Yeah, there it is. Uses Spice VNC viewers for control. There you go. That's one. Okay, Tiger VNC. Okay, the server applet, and this is one that I've been using because because I was using KRFB, and it's using the Tiger VNC. I think it's using the Tiger VNC server applet, the kind of the mini version of the Tiger VNC server. And trying to see which one is the newest. Okay, that looks like the newest. But I don't want that on here right now anyway. If I do, I'll install KRFB and let it do automatically what it wants to do. But for some reason, you don't see the Tiger V. Oh yeah, it has a weird. Is that the one with the weird name and description? It doesn't even come up. You have to search like remote desktop or something. So I don't think this. Yeah, this other one. Let me read the deal. Even though it's using. Yeah, it's an administration tool. It's not really for viewing remote desktops and working on them. Okay. Now this one, the first one I saw, viewer widget for GTK2. Be the wrong one. I'd want the 64-bit. Says it's a widget, so I don't think it's a complete program. Used to, if you just search for I'm going to try remote desktop. This time I'll just say, I won't say client. I didn't say desktop. Desktop. See, maybe I'll find something that way. Anyway, I don't think that one would. I don't think it was a full program. It says it's a widget, so that probably that's usually not a complete program. It's just kind of an extra part for a program. Genome Remote Desktop. That was probably the one I used to always use. That sounds like it's the server, really, but screenshot that. I don't know if this does me much good. Sometimes I actually do go find the things. KRDC. Okay, now this is the remote desktop client for KDE, but it doesn't work as very well. It's kind of slow. So I go KRFB is the one that turns your server on and off, and it installs Tiger VNC, like I was saying. So server. Mini server, and so then I use the just a standalone Tiger VNC viewer with it, and it works good with it. Let's see, Romania remote desktop client, that might be the one. I don't know if it's the one I'm wanting, but I'll put a couple in there because I can't even get onto that machine without something. And there's only one in the list there. Our desktop. I think that's that's for Windows anyway. I don't know if it might just be RDP. I'm not even sure it's a GUI app. Well, let's try Romania, and if it's good, we'll use it, and if not, I'll have to try again. Okay, because otherwise I could look forever. Oh, not just one thing for a dependency, eh? Okay, well, let's do it. Have there it is. Okay. Yeah, that's, it's only 35 megabytes. I'll leave this up and running until I'm sure I can connect to the other machine. I guess there weren't any updates today because I didn't sit there and make me wait. Luckily, it's 91 outside, so that's cooler. That's like about 10 degrees cooler than it has been. Of course, it may be. This is only 118 in the afternoon, so it may be by 2 or 3 o'clock. It may be 101 or 102. It's been 100. It's been 99 to 101 generally lately. But so I'm able to stand having. Let's see, 1, 2, I can't even count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 machines running in here and not die. And it's 77 degrees in here. Of course, the air conditioners are kicking away. But, the air conditioner thermostat doesn't know that it's hot in here because it's in the living room, So I just have to suffer when it gets, I can't go freeze everybody else out, by turning it way on down, plus it costs too much. Okay, Oh, I keep forgetting. I'm taking that out there until I get my thing done there, because I just can't remember not to jump in there and searching it. I'll probably put it back. I put it up there along with the other one. When I have two of them, I don't do that. Let's see. I think it'll be in System Tools. Some apps don't show up until you reboot. Not too many anymore. There it is, Romania. Well, that's a completely different one. Let's see how it works. As long as it works. SSH, no. VNC. Yeah, see, you can do different things. You can do RDP, that's Windows, VNC, SSH remote shell, you can do command, and then Nix, I don't even know what you do with that. I just use what I know how to, what I need and what I've learned because I needed it. Okay, now I wrote the IP address down. Oh, that reminds me. I just now realized I can't just go straight to it because it's on another router. So I have to go find out what routers, how to forward through to it. It already has VNC server on it, so I don't have to start any. It's already always running. That's the way I used to always do my machines. But I'm gonna have to go into my routers. I knew there was a reason why I really kind of thought I'd do that before I started to get that connected, and then I thought, I'm just gonna get going. I thought I don't want to. Figured it would make things longer. Take longer. Okay, so I don't remember it, but so yeah, I didn't think it would show up. I don't even remember where I have them. I have to find them here. I mean, I know where, I just don't know. I guess I do, and it's just not in my head right now, but what the list looks like, Yeah, there we go. Okay. I guess I should, well, you know what? Every time I pause that preview over there, I end up having trouble because I've gotten really in the habit of using that to know what's going to know I'm okay. So we'll let it run. And when the laptop gets tired, I'll have to do something about it. Well, no, that's not smart, is it? Just pause it now, and then when you start switching again, things I forget to restart it. Okay, so I'm not seeing it. What have I done with it? Let's see. I see all my Wi-Fi stuff, but I don't see. I had it saved in the browser in the old system, and because I didn't want to. Surely I did not get it wrote down. I've got several routers, so I got to look through the list here. Keep looking here. I really don't have it written on there. I'm looking to see if I got the page, like I have a second page and it's got separated somehow from this one. That might be the case. Let me think how I might, well, my backup drive might have it somewhere, maybe, but I'm scanning it right now, so I can't go access it. I mean, I could, but I don't want to. Could go over there and do it anyway, you know. I mean, I guess I could. I don't know that I ever. Some passwords I don't save on a computer at all, you know, because it's just if they're. I think they could cause me a lot of trouble. Then I don't risk even having them on the computer. Of course, if you got them saved in your saved passwords list, they're there, and they're encrypted. But you know, you can always view them. So if anyone just was able to do a remote desktop connection to your computer somehow when you didn't know it, like TeamViewer, all the power that it has, if they've somehow harnessed that, if you had it, that's why I don't want to install it again with it. I don't want it running in the background, even though someone might be able to execute that, turn that, open that, turn that. It's already running, so all they got to do is turn on the server. It basically seems to me it's already running the way. If that process is running, it's running, and so all they got to do is they could access it, you know, in the shell or something. If they, it's not, you know, people, lots of people. I don't try to learn how to break into stuff. I just try my best to learn how to protect myself. But I know a lot of things that can be done, and I know that for people that know how, it's easy for them to break through routers. That's why I worry about that kind of stuff. And I really don't look like I have that chart. I don't think I have another page for it, and I don't think I'm just missing it. I mean, it may come to me what it would be here at some point. It really doesn't have it on there. Can't believe I never wrote it down. And I try to keep different, you know, admin passwords on each router. So that if one gets broke, the rest of them have to be hacked too. You know, they're not all just, you get one, you got them all. Right now, I don't have a. Well, maybe I have a clue as to what it might be, but I don't want to just. I don't guess you get locked out after so many tries in there. I don't remember. I've never had this problem before. I didn't realize. I guess I didn't realize that I saved it early on in the browser and just depended on that. Of course, if it's saved in your browser and you forget it, then you can just go to view your passwords and get them. But I didn't know I didn't have it wrote down. Okay. I really just, golly, I can't believe it. So, I could show the dreaded, to me, dreaded, you know, video at the screen. Actually, it may be, no, I don't think it's forwarded. My routers are probably forwarded to the one of the laptops, either the one I'm using right now or the other one. Well, actually, they might end up getting the same IP, but I think that's the last time I forwarded those routers was to go to the laptop, not to the. It depends. I have to switch back and forth. But see, I was going to go in the router to see what the IP is of the other router. That's the thing. Since I don't have any, my programs I use all the time, they still had the IPs listed in there, you know. Of course, they're all gone now. Boy, I can't believe I did that. I can't really, I knew that would be wrong. Okay, so, close this for now. I don't want to keep trying. I really don't know. It might lock you out. I don't know. Definitely need to get that straightened out, though. I'll switch to the camera 2, and then I'll switch to that machine. Instead of going off on a long search for it and trying to spend forever forwarding routers and everything, much as I hate to do it this way, what I plan on doing, one thing I want to get done before it gets any hotter, but I should be able to just do that. At least you'll kind of get a general idea of what it is you'll see the blurry screen, and that's all. And it'll speed up. It'll really, the only reason I need to do it, forward the routers and do all that stuff is because I was trying to look at my preview and it was no sound. I unmuted it and there was no sound. Well, that's because I had paused the whole preview a while ago. Sorry. Yeah, clock hardwired. If you can't read that, that's what it says. That is the main processor out of my TRS-80. Somebody, years ago before I got it, hot rodded it. They added another chip on top, and that's what it looks like. Yeah, I think so. See, there's a board, chips on top of there, and then there's a board in between. I don't know. Maybe they didn't add another chip. Looking at it, I think all they did was just. It says hardwired. Now I don't know. That was a trick they did, and so that breakout board, I guess you would call it, pretty much what I guess you'd call it, made them able to do that, and let's make it faster, make it go up a couple, another, however much faster it could go. I think they were. I don't know what they were. I was going to say 67 megahertz, but no, and I think they were way slower than that because I think I have an i386. It's something like I think they ran at 33 and 60 something megahertz. Okay, so here we are on the Red Black Battlestar, and I wanted to do. Oh yeah, I was my file transferring, and I can't do that without knowing how to forward. If the routers aren't forwarded, I can't copy my files over. But that's not the end of the world. I was going to copy my music files over. And the main thing I wanted to do on here was I might have to. I was going to do it through the network. So, I didn't think about this. Now that I'm over here, I already know the IP address. I wrote that down. But I can see. Yeah, I'm either going to have to go back into my machine and copy the files onto the SD card and then open them up in here. Or, so let's see if I can get to, went to about session restore. I must have had to force it down. This is an older version of Firefox. And, oops, let's see what it is. 4502. That's as new as it'll go now. That's why I don't really use it anymore. It still works on most stuff, but there's some things that don't work. Of course, you wouldn't want to do anything that could be, well, you never know what you might be vulnerable to, so I don't use it hardly at all. Let's see. Of course, I can go to my routers. Let's see, which router was it on? Because I'll have to know, go to the right. I won't be able to go to the other routers, but I can go to the one it's on. Okay, yeah. Oh, actually, I can go to all the other routers. I just can't log into the... Okay, well, let's go to this router. This is the one... Oh, it's still got the password in there. Okay, the TP-Link. So it's on the TP-Link. Oh, good. That makes it shorter. Hey, I don't have to go through 3 routers just from one to the next. So if it's on the TP-Link, I know its IP address. So the IP address of the TP-Link is that it's getting from the D-Link. It should say in there somewhere. It should say that it's, let me see. I'm on the status page. Let's see. Am I missing it? I'm having trouble looking through stuff and just everything's blurring. There we go. WAN. IP address 192.168.0.117. Okay, 117. Okay. So if I go, oh, now I need to make sure what the forwarding. There we go. Virtual servers. Okay, 5900 is going to 108, which is probably a laptop or something. Yeah, because this is 102. And oh, and the FTP would have went here. Okay. So what I need to do is make it go to 102. So this wasn't such an I didn't realize there was an easier way around it. Okay, now there we go. Now my BNC and my FTP will go to this machine. I just have to, guess I better write down that 117. I got a feeling I'm going to forget it. Okay. The TP-Link, I may have it written down somewhere, but because I've been trying to IP from, I'll say from, I said on and then from D-Link is, well, where did it go? 192. That sounds very familiar now. Okay. Yeah, since you might know how to break through my routers, I won't call them out. Yeah, I probably already did just a second ago, didn't I? Generally, you know, your local IP addresses aren't a big danger, but some people are smart enough for it to be a danger and malicious enough. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'll just close the browser until I get back. Okay. Now that was actually I was going about it the wrong way anyway. Really, I mean, I was going about it the hard way. So having a problem there actually made me realize how to really do it. Okay. Now, I only had to change that one thing. I actually thought it was on the other router. So, of course, you're going to see it now. Hopefully, this is a good viewer. Uh-oh, so let me try it one more time. I was going fast. I thought I knew that password for that, but I may have changed it at some point. I'm guessing. I'm going to have to, let's see. Okay, I have to get, I'm sure I have that. Surely I haven't screwed that up. Well, sometimes, you know, I'll change a password and forget to write it down. There's always that possibility, but probably I have it written down before I get it. Let's see. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I guess I made it. I changed it to wanting to be more secure, I think, at some point. There we go. Finally. There's another picture of that processor of the TRS-80. Okay, let's see. Resize the window to fit remote resolution. Yeah, I think I need to do that. Or did I? Well, now it's that way. I think it made it worse instead of better. Now it won't let me do it again. Let's see. Toggle control. Oh, that's a long one. Control RF. Let's see. I need to write that on something. I really should just. I wish I had another viewer, but it should be all right. Okay. Let's see. I thought I had a brand new note where I wrote something down. Okay. What is this viewer? Romania. Romania. Okay, full screen. Can't write. Control RF. RF it's probably the only way to get in and out of there is on the keyboard. Once you get in there, be in trouble. I'll get stuck. That's probably why that one. Maybe one of the ones I got stuck in. Toggle scaled mode. Okay. No. I don't know, but I don't like what happened to the sizing. Anyway, let's go to Control RF. That's kind of hard to hit, isn't it? Hit Control RF. Control R plus F. Oh, I'm hitting Shift. You don't normally hit plus. Control R plus F. That is the hardest thing to hit anyway. I'm not going to get in there. What I do want, though, is... oh, I see. Yeah, but see, it doesn't fit the screen. And when I hit that, it made it not fit it. This is a weird one. Definitely not the one I wanted. I'm looking at the tools and stuff. Okay. Yeah, I don't like that. Oh, okay. Let's see. Where's the one that, usually one that makes it scaled mode? Yeah, there we go. Now it fits in there. Now it'll fit in there, and I won't worry about doing. I'm afraid if I click on that and go full screen, then I won't be able to get out since hitting Control RF didn't seem to work. Yeah, I don't know. It seemed to make it refresh the screen. Okay, so we're in there. It's just going to be a little weirder for me not being able to having two desktops, you know, in one spot there. But yeah, it changes its background too, just like my other machine. That's actually the first machine I think where I learned about that program to do that with. So what I wanted to do was let's go ahead and try to connect to FTP. I've been trying that recently. What's the IP address? Okay, the one I need to get to it, 192.168.0. 0.117. Okay, 192. Let's see if it's going to work. I've always done it this way. .192.168.0.117, and I was trying it. Not supported by Crusader. I don't know if Crusader really and truly stopped supporting SFTP, or if there's like a plugin that's it's not installed. But lately, last couple of Fedora 27, I think it worked in 26, but not 27 and not 28, evidently. And you might be able to do plain FTP. Yeah, it went straight in there, but only to the public folder. See, just the stuff that are in. I have my whole like Apache web server running on there, and I would practice. I would put like dynamic websites on there and play with them and see if I wanted to actually use them. So that's not going to get me. I don't think I have it set to where you can't go. See, it just went there. It didn't ask you to log in. You can't go to the home directories or anything. You have to do SFTP. So there's still another. I do have an application that'll do that. I'm trying to get back to my videos. I'll just go ahead and close. Yeah, I've tried and it doesn't work. It aggravates me. Switch to that. Oh, okay. So, but Fedora does come with an FTP client that's good, but I think it changes the file dates, like I was talking about, the thing I don't like. When you copy files, we'll see. There's some information about how to use it. Okay. Wish I would have. Did I have that in my clipboard? Nope. What I have in my clipboard is where I want to go, though. That'll be helpful, actually. Okay, I'll go there. And then you just put in port 22 and hit enter, and it will say save passwords protected by a master password. I don't want to save passwords. I mean, maybe later I'll change my mind, but sometimes the passwords may change for the same place, So, yeah, the host key is unknown. Do you trust it? Yes, I always trust this host key. Okay. Now, let's see if we can move that around where we can actually read the folder names. Now, on this side, I want to get to my music. This is on the host, right? Yeah, home down music. Okay, now on this side, I want to go to music as well. There we go. I can't remember. Sometimes if you use the enter button, it'll do things that you don't expect. So you got to watch out. Let's see. I'm trying to see. The main thing I'm interested in is last modified, and stuff like that. I already know the owners and everything. Okay, now this side I'll leave as it is. Okay, so I'm in music. Can I type? You know what? I think I can paste that address in there. That's what I'm looking for. Well, that's the particular file that I have in my. See, it's the same because this is a system is set up the same. This folder should be the same. So if I can, I don't want that just that file. I actually want that whole folder. Now I'm playing guitar. For some reason, it's duplicated. Don playing guitar again. Well, it is on my backup drive. We'll see. See if we can get to that folder. So get rid of the file name. If it's not, then yeah, there it is. Okay. So for some reason, I did that. See, Don playing guitar. Oh, Don playing guitar. MP3s. That's why. So how do I need to do that? Oh, I need to do it like this. No. Did it wrong. Pasted it in there again. I only want the MP3s folder, I believe. No, wait. Oh. See, if I try to copy that whole thing, well, there's not that much stuff. So if I do just, it didn't work that time. Well, I'm already there. Okay. Yeah, see if I go up a little bit, you can see I have waves, MP3s. I actually have MP3s twice, one with a apostrophe S and one with. So if I just copy the whole Don playing guitar, oh, and you can rename folders. You got to be careful. Now it's stuck in rename mode. Dadgummit. Why won't you quit doing that? It's staying there. Escape got me out of it. Got to watch out. Okay, I think it's not actually that much. Yeah. Okay, so, well, you can do buttons up there, but they're kind of jumbly. And, well, these icons are completely different. I got to find the icons I'm used to. But what I want, yeah, I want to download. I was going to say Q, but no, I'll just hit download. Okay, there we go. And it's not that many, I don't think, so it might be 100 or 200 megabytes or something. Hopefully it didn't change the file dates. If it did, I'll probably go back. And I like the original file dates. I don't like them getting changed. If it changes them like a regular FTP, but I did SFTP, see, it turned it into SFTP address when I put port 22 in there. It's a cool program, but when you're syncing stuff, it does things in a different way than Crusader, and I always forget and I always mess up and don't get what I want. Okay, now my documents. I'm going to go in my documents. I said I want to go in my documents. I know I hit documents. I know it, but it didn't go there. Okay, now on this side, you can use it with addresses like that, you know, do it both ways. Get back to Home Dawn, and then you can do it kind of in both. See, that's what you got. I don't know, it might be easier to do it that way. Yeah, you can type documents. If you hit, I think if you hit enter, it may like immediately start downloading it or something. I can't remember. There's something weird that it does that I seem to be have some reason in my brain I'm trained not to just hit enter like I normally would. Okay, so I was going to say that looks. Oh no, that's not too many. It's just that I have a few now because I've been working. You know, I brought in some stuff that I needed. 10F scripts, is that where I have them? Bass modified. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to copy that whole thing over. Documents, main documents, yeah. You don't want to accidentally copy inside of one of those other folders. I'm almost wondering if I would like to have most of this stuff over there, but yeah, let's just take what I need at a time there. Well, then I'd get into syncing some of these that are folders that are over there. So yeah, okay, right click, upload. Yeah, so you're on the remote machine, it's download. If you're on the local machine, it's upload. So now, so you can do those both. That's a cool thing about it. You can do both at the same time. You can just, if you got a lot to do, you can just jump around and do whatever you need. With Crusader, well, it depends on, if you're doing just a copy, you can do that. But if you're doing a sync, then then you got to wait for that sync to be over. And see, it's fast. So I'm sure that's why it's one of the, you know, they put it on here as the default. You know, they thought it was good enough to put it in here. Just that I learned how to do all that in Crusader, Total Commander, and then Crusader. So some of them are finished. I think they're all finished. No failed transfers, it tells you at the bottom. Yeah, it's empty. Failed transfer is empty. 404. Queued files. Now you can delete on either side, so you got to be careful about where you leave things and all that. Like that's still selected documents. Can I get it off there? No. Okay, well, I think I don't want to close it just yet because I'm not sure if I'm through. Okay, so, well, let's just close. No, hang on until I'm sure. Okay, so I should have the files that I need over here on this machine and we'll open up Crusader. Yeah, I don't have a FTP server running on the brand new machine, and I probably won't. I got to where I don't do that much anymore because of all the security risks. But it takes a bit to finish opening up on this machine. But a lot more than a bit, huh? It could be that the remote is not refreshing fast enough. I think that name when I see Romania, there it is. I see Romania. I think it's one I like, but I think it's actually one I tried and uninstalled because I had trouble. I think it's one of the ones I get stuck in when I full screen and just can't ever remember how to get out. I do have it written down this time, but since it seemed to be responding, maybe it only works when you go full screen and then hit the Control R F or whatever. I mean, yeah, Control, but I don't want to try it. I don't want to get stuck in there. Okay, so home down documents. There it is, right, DNF install scripts. 6/30/18. What? Oh, that's today. For some reason I saw that 30 and I thought that was the year in my brain. That's how my eyes and brain does things wrong. Yeah, so the reason I got freaked out, I was like, what? Okay, so, but yeah, see, that's what I don't like. Even though I was doing FTP, it made today's date. And it really screws things up when you start. I do a lot of syncing and backing up between machines. Well, when your file dates get changed, it causes newer files to get overwritten by older files in certain instances. So that's why I don't like it. Okay, so what is it I want? Well, now since they're in the order of date, it really doesn't mean anything because they're all the same date. That's another thing. See, it ruins my whole system of figuring things out. So the file I'm looking for is Don's favorite install apps text. Okay, Don's favorite install apps text. There it is. Oh, and it must be opened up in KWrite mode. See, now it looks like the file really looks. Everything is in one line. And see, I don't have any return. I know now that I don't have any returns in that list or anything. I was worried about that. I didn't know what was happening when I was copying and pasting. And it won't work if it has returns in it. But the thing I don't want out of it is that it does have is that's why I like to go full screen. I'm confused about what to do. I'll put it over here and get it out of there. Now, so I have all kinds of, applications for merging files and stuff. So I'm going to do, this is the trick. I already went and looked through these files to see what I could do. I'm going to try it this way. Duplicate, clean duplicate, yeah, duplicates, just like that. Okay, now I have two of them. Should be, yeah, clean duplicates. Okay, now I can really just close them. Okay, now I want to look at my, this is an app, well, this is actually all in all, this is, I forgot the name of it. Oh, well, it's right here. No, it's not. Oh, it's transit. No, I pause the indexing because it makes it work too hard. And well, like I was checking my email, and Thunderbird makes it work hard too. Everything makes this old machine work hard. Anyway, it makes too much noise. It drives me nuts. But of course, if you're really wanting to find new things, then you need to index it. So Tracker, I think it's called Tracker Search Tool. Tracker. It was, I decided was the best one back in those days, but the one that comes with Fedora is pretty good, except for Fedora doesn't have a app search. This does apps and file search all in one. So if I want merge, I'll just say, I won't put the E on there just to see. It finds every file that has the word merge in it, and see how fast it is. And of course, it's not. If there was anything new on there, it wouldn't have found that because I turned off I paused the indexing. But it uses a lot of resources. That was the only thing about it. But so you go down here and click on applications. Now only see applications. Now there's this one, and KDiff. I'm going to try KDiff. I remember that was a good one. I can't really. I remember. Well, I've used them all. I remember I used that one. I don't remember much about that. But let's see if I can do anything with it. So you can do. Most of these you can do 1 to 3 files. Well, I'm going to try finding the difference. Oh, that's files that you've used before. Yeah, you can either do a file or a directory in this one. Well, I just want to do a file. This one's kind of an older style looking setup. The interface is. See, it looks like I'm not even in home. Where am I? Home backups. I don't know where I am. Okay, Dawn. I don't know. Okay, let's see. Documents. Yeah, there we go. That works. DNF. There we go. Now I want this one. Let's see. I want my primary file to be the original one. Dawn's favorite apps. I think that's how I should do it. Now this one, I want the one I just made, and it's. Did I forget something? Yes, I did. So let's don't put it in there yet. I don't know if it'll make any difference. I forgot to, the trick. I didn't do the trick. Okay, so it's the same right now, right? So we're going to select all. Oops. I think we're going to select all. I'm going to select all. Well, let's just do that. Select all, delete. I just type in kden live and save it. So that it does, I don't know if the file being blank will cause me a headache, so that's why I'm doing that. Okay, now I'm going to select that file and say open. Okay. Now we want to merge them. I do want to merge them to a new file. Well, actually I can put them in there. I want to merge them. I'll put optional. So I'm going to merge them to, can't remember, it's been so long since I did this. Okay. But I actually just want to, really all I want to do is get rid of the duplicates and make this one be the one without any duplicates in it. That's all I'm trying to do. And it's just how to get this done. Let's see, merge. Seems like merging was a good way to do it. Yeah, that way if you screw up, you still got the original 2 files. I'm going to leave that just like that. I think it'll make me, we'll see, it may ask me or do something. Oh, that's just color, editor, diff. Some of this might be, helpful to you. Test your regular expressions. Generally, the defaults, as far as I can remember, are pretty good. These are powerful tools. They're really cool things. Okay, now I'm going to just say okay and see what we get. Okay, total number of conflicts 1. Okay. Solve conflict 0. This may not even do it. There's the merge file down there. And it'll ask you generally what do you want to do. It's not going to do it the way I want it to. I was hoping it would tell me. I don't know if any of them will do it because I was looking at them. I thought it was worth a try. You can do 1 file. Maybe I need to do 1 file because I think that might be throwing me off. So let's see. Quit without saving. I'll just try one more time. Let's just try in the same app. Let's see if you can do it with just the 1 file. See what it'll do. what it'll do for me. Documents, DNF, not that one, the one with everything in it. Okay. If I mess it up, I have a backup over here on my main machine. So, okay, so it's really not going to do anything, I don't think. Let's just look at some of the basic stuff. Okay, let's try the find and see if it's anything I can do. A, B, case sensitive. Yeah, it's not going to do anything. I'll just try this one here. It's worth a try. I mean, it may not work. It may not work at all, but we'll see. This one has got a little open dialog right there. And can't find it down in the list. Now maybe I'll find it. There we go. Okay, well it shows it the way it's written. That's one thing, it's different. Okay, just going to look through and see what it'll do. Okay, so you can convert to lowercase and uppercase, sort lines, remove trailing white space, convert tabs, convert leading. See, this could be really useful when you're building a script, this one here. Get rid of things that you don't want, like that, those kind of things. You can convert to DOS, Mac, or Unix format, file, the file format. Convert tabs into spaces. Convert leading spaces to tabs. I guess. Okay, very cool. But it's not going to do what I want. All I want to do is find duplicate words. I'm sure that you could maybe do it in LibreOffice. I thought about that and I really didn't look yet because I kind of forgot. I was thinking about these because I remembered how good these things were. Start a new comparison. You can do three-way, you can do two-way comparison, other, original, mine. Version control. There you can use a directory as the version control. I mean, you can really get serious. You can. One of the things I got into doing this with is to edit my websites because my websites are all old, conventional. Well, actually, I converted them to HTML5, but I started with like HTML probably 1 point whatever, way back years ago, and so you can use this to find. Like you can do your whole website, but usually it's best to like take a folder at a time or something. And like if you're trying to change email addresses or something, doing stuff like that, you can say find so and so and change it to this. And it also, the reason I thought it might work for duplicates because it will tell you when things are duplicated, and you can do something or nothing about it. Let's say original. Oh, it's not going to look for a text file, evidently. May not be meant to. Either that or it's taking a long time. Oh, that's the viewer. Huh. It doesn't show anything. SHR text files. I'm in directory comparison, that's why. Won't we try doing it right? Oh, that was really weird. Okay, let's open it up and just see if it'll be able to do anything. This one seems to be just really just for looking for changes like between two files. You can say merge changes to the left. This one's blank, so that would give you a blank file. Replace, search for, and replace. Well, of course, I could do every one of these names one at a time, but that's the kind of thing I was trying to not have to do. And yeah, I'm probably going to end up spending way more time trying to avoid work than just to get into work. But see, my eyes have so much trouble doing that sort of thing. It's often worth it to me. But you could do this in pretty much any, you could do it in lots of programs. But good thing about this, it is laying it out in the right format. So if I find Kdenlive, you have to say, it's not showing it. Maybe it's not in there more than once. It should be. Clam AV should be in there more than once. It's not moving them to the next one. I don't know. I guess if I said replace, it might jump to the next one. And then once I was done, I think I could tell it to go over here to this side and then save it as a file, or you could edit the original one. But anyway, this is a little funky. I'd rather do it. As far as just plain old find and replace, I'm more used to doing that in LibreOffice. So, okay, diff, meld, and kdiff. pdiff shuffler, of course, that's different. And these that don't have icons, they sound like games or something. They often won't open up. They're kind of not full programs. They're either terminal programs or they're programs that are add-ons to other programs, and they're not going to open up on their own. So I don't generally click on those unless I know that it's one that works. I have a couple on my desktop. That's one I didn't see in the list. And then the other one, let's see, what do we got here? I put the icons because I used them, more often. Those are two good tag editors for media files right there. Easy Tag and Tags KID3. This is the one I'm going to open up. Comparator. That's the one. The name I remember the word compare. It was in my head. I'm trying to see the other one that I just got through having open. I don't even see it. I know there's two of them on here because I opened them up from here. Stream Tuner tags. This one. Oh, so there's two of them. Comparator and regexer. Let's open Comparator first. So these are, it's probably one reason why they're on. They may not be actually installed on the system. They may be standing alone. Okay, so basic search option. This one is for directories. Well, it says left URL, right URL. So you could go, I think I remember you can put, these are probably the ones I decided were best for working on, URL, HTML files and stuff. But I don't know, let's see. Duplicate files, missing files, newer files. Yeah, see, this is all about directories and stuff. Actually, it may really just be directories you're supposed to use in here. Looks like it. So I don't think there's really much sense in trying to put that in there. And it's just going to tell me if the files are, I have to have two files that tell me if, well, see, like these directories, you can find duplicate files, missing files in the other directory, newer files. So this is kind of more of a merge and search tool. But cool. I'm going to close that. Did it close? Okay, now let's try this one. I had it open, and I think it's kind of the same thing. Search replace. Recursive, hidden. This may be for a single file type of thing, so maybe it's more. Oh, a folder. It's only for folders, yeah. And I have it in Don. So you could search and replace, which would be cool for folders, but I'm not wanting to do folders. Okay, so I kind of thought that when I was looking through them, but I thought, let's open up a file in it and see if, I really think there may be something on that system that I've done that sort of thing with before, but I don't know. I'm not finding it. I did file. I did a lot of different searches. Do I have that open more than once? No. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of applications that have to do with files on here. I have like 3,700 applications on here. Just about anything you ever need, probably gonna have something that would do it. But sometimes finding it or learning how to use it might be a whole other thing. And of course, after all those years, it finally made the machine slower than it was before I added so many apps. But I'm trying to scan it and look through anything I haven't. Genome Commander, that was the second twin panel file manager I ever found when I first got on Fedora, and I used to use it until I discovered Crusader, which I like a lot better. It's still out there, I think. I think it's still in the Fedora repos, but it's not as powerful. Actually, it got kind of buggy and it would crash a lot. Actually, it always used to crash a lot. That's really why I quit using it mostly, because it was a lot like Total Commander. Okay, and there's a SE Linux policy editing tools. So I was always talking about tools for that. Desktop wiki, making a desktop wiki. You could do your notes and stuff in it. Sound converter. FSLint's a good file system cleaning application. There's another one that I use is even more powerful. I forgot what it's called. Link checker. Just basically check your website links. Check see if they're good, if they work. Wine file. That's to do with the wine. I have the Windows emulator on this system right there. Just very few apps on it because there's not too many that'll run on it. Supposedly it will run a lot of stuff if you pay for it and get it's kind of, they always called it open source, but it's more like a shareware or freeware type setup, the way they run it. CloudMe, PyRenamer. So, looks like I still need Kwrite to do probably need that to do my work on these files just on my system. Oh, I didn't mean to close that yet. See, there's things about this system that I miss, like that right there, that searcher. I really do like it, even though it uses a lot of resources. File, merge, duplicate, let's see. I don't know why it only shows that one app, because I have more. That's a backup. Deja Dupe, that used to be the default backups utility that came with Fedora. I didn't like it much. I like Lucky Backup. Okay, so, the music. All right, let's see that I got that music that I was trying to get. Close that for now. Let's leave that open in case I have to do any more copying. So let's look. I know it's going to have the dates wrong, but at least I can get by until I should be able to. What I'll do is I'll delete it and copy them again. Wait, yeah, 63018 every single one of them. I'm gonna not be able to tolerate that, so I'll probably delete them. If I just got to remember to delete them, and when I copy all my backups from my backup drive, the dates should all be good. But there we go. I should be able to, when I get on here and I play my music out down here, titles with audio, that should work. If it doesn't now, it will when I shut down OBS and close OBS and open it back up again. That's one of the things I wanted to do, because I miss having that working enough to go ahead and do it like that. But that's why I don't use FileZilla any more than I really have to, because I don't like that thing. That part right there just kills me using it. And there might be some settings you can change, but the defaults are like that. I don't remember. How do you disconnects from the current visible directory? That's what I want. I want to disconnect. Okay, and close FileZilla. done copying for now. And actually, I'm done with this system now, so let's shut it down. If I needed it again, I could boot it back up. It's actually not hot in here right now, but I don't want to push it. It's 220 and it's not even hot in here. 77.4 is up a little warmer than it was. Yeah, I can just shut it down. It'll just shut the machine down, close my desktop connection, and I won't have to fiddle around with the KVM switches unless it hangs up and don't shut down. But it shouldn't. Once in a while it might do that. Usually it doesn't. I think that just the last, that viewer will just stay like that. It hasn't shut down yet. I can see the lights on it. So we'll close that window. If they stay on for a long time, I'll have to go over there and see what went wrong. Oh yeah, I don't need that running. I wonder, I don't have anything but just this to see what my system resources are being done. I wasn't really thinking about how I have quite a bit running there. I guess we're okay. It sure shows a different results. It shows OBS to be using 741 megabyte of memory and 80% of CPU, but if that was true, the system wouldn't hardly be running. So I don't get that. Oh, here's it seems that I noticed the last time, like 20, 40, 60, 70, 80. Of course, some of them are more and less, but that's what it seems like it's doing. It's just totaling them like that, and so I don't understand. One of these, like the other one I use all the time, it never shows that. If it was showing 84% of the CPU, the machine would be about ready to lock up. So I don't think this thing is accurate, because I've seen that too many times, And it shows, now it could be totaling up, like instead of spreading it out into separate processes, it could be just totaling everything that OBS uses. But the CPU usage just doesn't seem like it's accurate to me. I do like that. It shows you can show what your release is right quick. That's why I always get aggravated. If I could just, if the distros would just have something, this is called Mate System Monitor. Anyway, there's several. I think there's more than one of them that have that feature in it. I do like that. That's a quick and easy way to see what you want to know, basics of your system. Anyway, it doesn't look, best I can tell, I mean, it's running fine, so I don't think I have a problem. I'm still playing my preview over there. Looks like it. Okay. I think I'll pause it. I actually forgot it was been running forever. I think I hear the fan on that thing. Okay, so yeah, I made that extra file over on that other machine that's not on here. So I guess I'll open it up with, where I want to go. I want to open up, I'll just do this, open it up like this, and then open up, sometimes it's better to right click and open and say open with, and to get it to, LibreOffice is kind of tricky. It wants to work in its favorite formats. So I could say open with Pluma, Kate, or LibreOffice. But I think it's fine if I just open LibreOffice and then open a file. And in this case, since it's just a text file, I think it'll be fine. Now, oh yeah, this is the one that just makes it really hard to read and everything. Only thing about it is I thought maybe the find and replace. Oh no, you don't want just find, you want find and replace. It does have a pretty small font. But let's leave it alone for right now because in the text viewers it's fine. I don't want them so big you can't read them. So find and replace. It does have a really good find and replace. Find. See, all I can really do is go. I don't think you can find, I didn't even try it yet. What if it has like built-in, okay, attributes. What is that? That's a lot of stuff. I didn't see anything that said duplicate though. What about format? Let's see. I don't think there's going to be any. This is pretty much just the formatting, I think, of the. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm not going to do it with this. Let's try opening it up with. Let's try Kate because I think it might. Let's see which one I like, Pluma or Kate. No, that doesn't really. You can do find and replace. Just normal. Okay, now let's see if this will make it look like. Well, I really like it when it shows up on one line because then I know that it's formatted right. I think this is the one that did show when I had a return in there. Yeah, it leaves a big space in there. Okay, so, and it may work fine in the rest, but I was using this. This is the default one that comes with Fedora. Search and replace. It really is pretty good. Match case, tar word only, search backwards. Okay, so either I got to do Kden Live. Fine. Okay, it doesn't seem to be in there. Now, see, I could always make a misspelling, though. There, okay, it shows it where it is. I'm going to replace all with nothing. Okay, now maybe this won't be so bad. And then I'm going to have to go and find double spaces. 1, 2, let's see. 1, 2. Yeah, just 2 spaces. Let's try it right now. See if that'll work. Because I don't want to shoot myself in the foot. Replace it with 1. Yeah, right there. Replace. Okay. Did it work? That's still 1, 2. Fine. Doesn't seem to be doing it. Oh, I think it did do it. It allows you to keep this window open and work, go up here too, and a lot of them don't do that. Okay, do that. Yeah, it worked. Okay, so I'll just go down the list. Where's cheese? Uh-oh. It took out cheese altogether. Didn't it? Because it's not there in front of Firefox. Well, how come it did that? I guess because that's what I told it to do, didn't I? Well, how can you tell it to, gotta undo that. Cheese is all the way gone completely. No, that won't work. How can you, if you selected it, does that? Yeah, I don't see a way to do it. There's probably a way, but okay, here's how I can use it though. Fine. Now it'll find them for me, and I can just manually delete them. Okay, that'll work. That I can work with because my eyes aren't very, like I said, my eyes aren't very good. Find Firefox. There we go. Find Firefox. Should have started like this, huh? I just thought I could find a fancier tool that would do it more automated like. I was kind of on a learning quest, I guess. Okay, Firefox is only in there once. Okay, so if I keep searching, if I can check my work by searching again. Okay, that's not so bad. Okay, now I just go down my list. Clam AV. There it is. Yeah, and seeing how I can, a lot of these find and replace tools, they don't allow you to do like this, to leave it open. Well, you have to close it, and it's really, a pain to work with them because you can't do what I'm doing. You can't do any other actions on the page, on the document with it open. And since this is short, there's not really that many words, then hit find one more time, and then you're done. It started to do Vino, which evidently it sees on that page. How wild is that? Look at that. It's already got stuff in the list that I haven't typed in there yet. Or maybe it's because I had in past usage of this. So there's vinegary. I see it's in there 3 times. And that does slow down your script. It's going to recheck for those over and over. So it's just silly to have it in there more than once. There we go. Photox. Photox is in there more than once. I like it better when the blue one's at the first one, and it makes more sense to my eyes, my brain. Okay, yeah, it's going to be a whole lot shorter, and this is not anywhere near. This is just some that I managed to remember enough to get them written down. GTK, instead of trying to type out record, well, I better do it. Figured it, recording my desktop might be hard to type out, but it's not that hard. GTK record my desktop. This was the app I always used to make my desktop videos, but I think YouTube, I swear YouTube used to take, it only gives you one option, OGV video format. And I swear YouTube used to take them. I swear I used to upload them all the time, but they don't anymore. So I have to convert them. I got like 200 videos I never have converted because I got into using OBS and making the live videos, and so I just never want to go back and spend years, a lot of time, converting and uploading. And the uploading has got to be a real problem. It used to wasn't so bad. Well, actually, yesterday I had to upload a backup video because my stream broke right in the middle. And it took an hour or 45 minutes to an hour, but it did not slow down my web. I couldn't surf the web while I was doing it. For a couple of 3 years, I'd have trouble. And I, kept trying. I tried to get the ISP to fix it. They didn't know what was wrong. Figured it was something to do with that, but I think it was something to do with the way YouTube now. It worked yesterday. I haven't done another one in a while, but it didn't slow down my. It was slowing down my network connection. I didn't do a speed test though. I forgot to do that. It was slowing down my internet connection to 3 megabits, sometimes 1 megabit. It was killing it. So. But I didn't have any trouble. I was able to watch another YouTube video while it was uploading one. It didn't really dawn on me to try doing a speed test at the time. I just thought, well, it's working good. Now, see, if I decide, sometimes there's 2, sometimes there's 3. Well, it was probably because I thought, okay, do I have check rootkit in there? Oh, I don't know. I don't see it. So I type it in there at the end of the line, and but it was in there. And then there's the other times whenever I do a copy and paste, like I did yesterday. I can't believe I'm feeling really hungry again. I've already had lunch. It's only 2:33. It's not supper time. I may have to have a snack. Instead of eating a whole meal this early, I think I would might eat cheese stick or something. Crusader, it's already on there, but I definitely want it in this script. Thunderbird is actually the default mail client now in Firefox. I like that. In Fedora. Crusader, lost my place. I'm glad it was still yellow. Thunderbird. Okay, so I really like this Pluma. I had not used it much because I'd got to liking Kwrite so much. But for this, what I'm doing right now, it's really good. Really good. I like this. Aren't you glad I finally found something I like on the new? GUVCBIEW. It's really hard to type that one. Hard to remember what it says. Yeah, there's jillions of apps I like. Well, not jillions, but billions, I guess. No. There's quite a few apps I really, really like. I don't like it when they change them. Okay, there's another one. and mess them up. But okay, now I don't know how many spaces I got in there, but I'll get it. We'll get it cleaned up. Okay, now then. Okay, this is actually quite usable. That is not. That is system config very secure ftpdd. So there's two of them. See, very secure ftpd, and then system config very secure ftpd. Looks like I might have Thunderbird in there another time. I think I missed it. Could be misspelled. I don't know. Okay, so here's the actual second one right there. I might have messed up. Let's do it again. I think I did. I took the space before. You don't want the space before there. I can't remember. When it goes on another line, it's hard to tell how many. Okay, now I'll do find next again. Okay, I can see that. Okay, so there. I'm going to have to work on getting rid of extra spaces now. I think 2 spaces will break it. That was 2 spaces. Thunderbird, I saw that. Probably while I was jabbering away, I just missed that I had Thunderbird. I didn't see the Thunderbird in there again. And that's got an extra space. VLC. It's in there twice. Okay. Ocala. And App Finder. I see them right there. One good thing, it can check your spelling. I mean, if one of them, like if you still see the second one. Oh, Chromium. Yeah, I want Chromium and not Chrome. Boy. Somehow I got my fingers off of the keys completely. Okay, I thought it was only in there once. And Simple Scan. And it's only in there once. Kate. Now, I think that Kwrite, I don't have it on here, I would like to put Kwrite in there, Kwrite. I think that's exactly how it is, but not sure. Kate, I put it on there after I installed it in DNF. Of course, I could go open up DNF or Dragora, and I'm just going to save this. It's still yellow, even though I closed that Finder. Let's kind of look. Hayden Love Cheese. Oh, I need to search for 2 spaces replaced with 1. It doesn't seem to be in there. Is that really? Wrap around. Yeah, wrap around. That would mean it. Let's get at the beginning, because I am at the end. Okay, get at the beginning. Okay. 2 spaces. It does save the last thing you did in there. So if you're doing spaces, pay attention. Okay, so Canadian Live Cheese Firefox. I'm not going to read them all. This is really sort of a random bunch of apps that I like. It is not even close to my favorite, like my most favorite apps. It's just some that I was able to think of, or I came across, you know. I can see that. So this is the new script I'm working on. Now, it's got them in there with all its duplicates, so I'm going to take them out. So lost the delete button. Now, the thing I don't know is whether or not you can't turn word wrap on and off in here. That's the only thing I don't like. I don't think it's on double line, on any returns or anything. I wonder if you can say find a return You usually can't do that. Let's try it. I think if I hit return, well, maybe. It didn't go into the next spot and replace it with a space. Oh, well, it didn't do anything. See, it didn't take it. So let's make sure I don't have 3 spaces while I'm back in here again. No 3 spaces either. Okay, let's take all those spaces out of there because I'm afraid I will forget they're in there. So let's see, Kate, I guess. That way I won't accidentally replace Kate with nothing. Okay, so it hasn't been saved. It won't let me save again. So now copy those. The only thing I'm a bit concerned about, Control V, put them in there. They're showing to be on 2 lines. I'm going to hit save on that. But I think this is the same app. Yeah, Pluma. I could try opening it up in, well, let's try opening this one up in the other Kate. I don't think Kate does any different. Yeah, it looks, unless it'll allow me to. It's got a lot more options in the view. Switch to command line. Huh. Word wrap. Okay, so you can turn the word wrap on and off. Okay. I don't know what's. So let's just turn off word wrap. Okay, that's all I need to do. And so it's 1 line. So I'm good. And I won't turn it off in the other one. I'm not sure. I still think maybe I'm going to keep editing in the other one, I think. I don't know. Being able to turn off word wrap is really good. There's a lot of tools in here. I think I'm going to open it up in Kate and see. Guess I can do it that way. Well, let's do it the other way. So I'm going to close it in here. Let's open it up. I'll just close this one. Now the one that I want to be my, open it with Kate. Let's see what it does. Okay, now, where's this? No, okay, it went right back to having word wrap. So we'll turn it off. Dynamic word wrap indicators off. Follow line numbers always on. I don't really know what to do with that. Show static word wrap marker. I don't really know what that means either. But if I turn it off, I can see those are all on 1 line, and I know that that's going to work. And I already worked on all the spaces and all that, so I'm going to leave it like that. Now I'm not sure. See, these are up here. They don't have any spaces before the. I'm not sure if those spaces are going to foul it up. Although looking in, I was going to show the Kickstart files. I know I've got some in my Fedora 14 system, but it's shut down now. But anyway, Kickstart files kind of look a lot like this right here, somewhat. I mean, there's some code in there too, but they're laid out. I'm thinking that these spaces may not hurt anything, so I'm going to leave it just like it is. See, I'm just going to hit save. I don't think I needed to, but okay. Only things I have that would actually do anything, bin bash, DNF update. There won't be any updates, and then it will. I already have RPM Fusion in it, but it will check and see, and if it was any updates, it would update it. Assuming that I copied the right code, I copied it from another script, but I think it looks about right. It doesn't have any version numbers, and when they tell you in a lot of those articles, they tell you the exact version number, and if you don't have if it's like this, then it won't. No matter what version of Fedora you're in, it'll work. And I did install it from the OBS Studio page, so if those don't work, I can get them from there, the commands. but I thought, well, this isn't my script, and it used to work. So this is what I just worked on, and there's probably things I want. I want Kwrite. I suppose I could put Kwrite on the end of there. I think it's it, just Kwrite, Kwrite. If it's wrong, I'll get an error. I don't like to do that very much because I'll forget and it'll stay in there forever, but let's try it because I'm fixing to try running it. And then I'm going to go ahead and let it, let's look. I think I want to go ahead and let it install DNF. Let's see. Yeah, I changed that Y. Normally it's at the end. So if it asks me over and over, do you want this, do you want that, then I'll know that I can't put DNF/Y. I have to put, and my little note I put in there, I put a comment, Y was here at the end. It was right there at the end. But only thing I did to the original printout of this, this was just a command, DNF group list command. That's how I got all that. But you have to look at my other videos to see. I went all through this whole thing and did it on the video. So first you got to get your group lists, and then I save them from the terminal output. I just save them as a text file, copy and paste into. I used LibreOffice because that was the first thing I thought of, and save it as a text file. You definitely don't want to save any weird formatting or anything, but of course straight from a terminal to LibreOffice you won't get any formatting. If it was an HTML file, then I don't think LibreOffice would probably work. I know there's some apps I've had trouble. Just use a plain old text editor, and then well, it could be the opposite. You have to play around with it. If you copy an HTML website page into, I'm pretty sure if you paste it into a regular plain old text editor, it will just paste the text without the HTML code, as long as you're not viewing the code, of course. But if you do it in LibreOffice, then it is able to edit HTML files. And among other things, and it will go ahead and save it as an HTML file for you, and then you end up with all that code in there and not just the text that you want. So anyway, if you're doing the terminal window like I was doing, then I don't know if it even, well, I did it with LibreOffice the other day, so that worked, and you can do it with text editors, I know, because I've done that before too, like Kwrite. So anyway, let me see if that's really the one I want to install. I might change my mind. And I'm also keep going back and forth there. I really want to experiment with that. I want to know, I'm trying to make it easier. See, I can just copy that and paste it in front of whatever one I want instead of having to do that. And then at the end, I still have to do the print italics. Keep forgetting my words, but those two little marks. And then I might have to type, /Y, which is hard, but it's easy to make a mistake. So if I can copy and paste most everything, then I'm less likely to screw it up. That's how come I'm doing it that way. Okay, so let's just go ahead and leave it like it is. Let's see. I don't want to make it into a web server, but you could by just doing the web server right there. Group. These are groups that are available groups. And some more available groups, printing, administration tools. I know I want those, audio production, books, cloud. What I'm thinking is, since maybe I just need to do like editors. Yeah. I think instead of doing this right now, let's comment this out again. Where's the comment? The number sign. It's not an ampersand. No, it's not an ampersand because the A thing is an ampersand. No, it's not I can't remember it. Hashtag. I don't know where they ever came up with that. No such thing. I don't know. I just don't like it. Okay, so copy. And I'm going to do it the way I'm, wanting to do it here. And I'm not going to worry about those 4 spaces. I'm going to see if this works. Because if it does, I won't have to work getting rid of those, because I don't quite know how I'm going to get rid of them in an automated way. I already have LibreOffice, so I won't do that again right now. Let's see. Sometimes you can get a little more when you do it by the group. You'll get more than what you had from your basic install that you installed from Fedora's ISO. I want the administration tools, but I won't do that right now. I'm looking for things. Right now, the biggest thing I'm doing is editing files and stuff. So let's do editors. There we go. And I think I'm still going to have, even though it's just a one word, I think I still have to do this. I don't think it will hurt. We'll find out. I don't know if you only have to use the italics. Yeah, italics. If it's 2 words, you may not need that. We'll find out. Okay, and then educational, electronics lab. A lot of these I'm going to want to do. Made applications, medical. Graphical and internet. Sound and video system tools. System tools. I'm thinking the more I skip, well, I'm going to have administrative tools. Those are probably the ones I want the most. So administrative tools. Now see, that's a 2-word one too. Okay. Now, and this time I'm going to do this as a learning tool. I'm going to do it the way they showed me to do it in that article. Sometimes there's more than one way you can write it out, the syntax, and still have it work, and sometimes there's not. So that's the way they said to do it with the Y at the end. That's the way they showed. They didn't say you have to do this. That's just giving examples. This is the way I think I can do it, DNFY. And see, it's just a little less typing, a little less room for mistakes. DFY group install, unless it doesn't work, of course. And, of course, there could be two factors there as to why it wouldn't work, and that's what I think to tell DNF that it's meant to be a group, you need, because if it doesn't have the parentheses italics around it, then it doesn't see it as a group, it sees it as a single application name. So I think you always have to do that. Okay. And so that's all I'm going to do. I don't want it to be real long. I want to get the results pretty quick. So it's going to run DNF update. It'll just, it would install RPM Fusion if it wasn't already there. It'll check for updates. And then my little list of apps. And I know this works. I've been doing it for years. DNF, Y install. That's why I think maybe I can do that way. Skip broken, and that way the script doesn't hang up if something's not available, or if you type the name wrong or something like that. Or if you got the syntax wrong, it won't break the script. It'll just skip that. And so then, but you will see the errors in the output of the terminal, and you can fix it. You can work on it and fix it. Okay, so then at the very bottom, this is really long, so I'll grab the bar. That's a big bar. You can grab it. DNF update again. Once you're done, it's always wisest to just go ahead and do another update. That's the conventional advice, and I've learned that it's good advice. Okay, save as. First, I'm going to save that because I just did some editing. Oops. Save. I'm going to keep it as a text file, but I don't want to lose my work somehow by making, if I do anything wrong. So save as, and I'm going to make s.sh. Commented out with numbers. Okay, that'll be good enough. I might change the name later, but right now that's good. I know what it is. It's the script made from that. Now, okay, I'm on the desktop still. Let's do a little check. Audio check. Video check. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to do it this way. Then when I open up my, you know what? I don't think I can open terminal here yet. I don't have the tools I need. Start terminal here. Yeah, I still won't. There's something missing. I guess that right there or something. I don't know what the executing console separate. I don't know why that's not working. It should. Okay, I see my video, my preview playing. Let's make sure the audio is good. Okay, I can still do this. I don't like it, but I can do it. open our terminal. Like, yeah, let's do it right there. And I'll just kind of make it big enough where we can kind of see it. You can go down here and say terminal right there. What happens when you do that? Oh, it still won't work. Well, normally it'll bring up a little bitty narrow terminal window that I can't work in it. It's too, can't see anything. You can't read anything. So I'm going to SU. And I like it the other way because it opens up the terminal that goes with Crusader. Oh, it's not even installed. That's why. What's it called? Not terminal. Anyway, I don't remember the name of it. It's not in my list, or I I'd say, oh, that's it. Gotta find my little. Put some of these. Put this extra junk away. I got so much stuff out. So many notes that I can't find what I'm looking for. Sorry. I wasn't exaggerating. Okay, now. I don't know if I got that right or not. Yep, I did. Okay, now I got to get into doc. Oh, that's going to be harder to get into. That's why I hate it when I can't just do open terminal here. Documents. Let's just see if we can get into documents. Okay. Did I get it right? DNF install scripts and list files. No, I did not. Too many arguments. What did I leave out? You know what? This may be one of those things where you can't get into that directory because it has spaces in it. Or do I need to put that / in front of it? I might have needed to do that. Let's see if I put CD. See if that'll make it work. Actually, let's put one on either end because I did that the other day and it worked. Too many arguments. See that it screws everything up. I don't know how to get around that. I'm not a command line. I know one way to get around it. I haven't even done a single backup on this machine. I really kind of like that. It's easy to read like that. But very, very often, especially with my file names, I usually always do this. I put a dash in between each and don't leave spaces. Because especially if you're on a Windows system, you get those % signs in there that are automatically put in there in file managers and you can't read a darn thing. And it actually, some applications that will make them go haywire. Those % signs are red and it, just like the terminal read that. What just happened? It's like I have 2 of them now. I hope I didn't mess up. It made another one. What in the world? I thought I don't know what I did. Maybe I clicked make directory. No, because it already had the name in there. I thought I just clicked properties and rename, or clicked rename is what I thought I clicked. I don't know what I did. But let's just copy that one file in there just for right now. That SH script. Just so that I can get going here. Get done what I want to get done. Okay, now let's go back a directory there. Just leave it like that. That way when I open that up. Okay, now, if I put me a dash in there, where's the dash again? Yeah, assuming I typed it right in the first place. Now, no such file or directory. I don't think you really need that. Okay, DNF INSTALL dash SCRIPTS. That's why I don't like to have to do this. And app list files. Let's see if that works. Now we're finally there. Okay, so you don't want to put those forward slashes before and after. That's a bad thing. Okay, now, so that I won't have so much trouble, I'm going to go to Properties, select All, Copy, Cancel, go back into my terminal, and I'm going to say dot / I have to hit Control V just to prove to myself that it still doesn't work. Control V, okay. Access denied. What? Oh, forgot. Permission denied. Why? Right click, Properties, Permissions is executable. Okay. Now, same command. I hit the up arrow key and it'll go. See, it'll go back through your commands up and down. So I hit the up arrow key and got my last command. That's a good thing to try to remember. Okay. Should start running, shouldn't it? Unless I have more problems. Open this up. It's not showing it everything. Oh, it's working. Terminal output, line 1. Something, there's an error on line 1, and it's still running. So, but okay, let's just let it work. There was an error on line 1. I don't know what it was. We'll try to look at that when we get done. I'll save this whole thing as a text file so I can pour over it later. But we're just right now. I'm really interested in seeing it work. But it's doing the DNF updates. Maybe there was some updates, but I didn't see it up there in the top saying I had updates. But I think that's what it's doing, is checking for updates. If I try to, I kind of rather see the next thing. I think if you try to page up, yeah, it'll stay, but I want to see what the new thing is. I'd rather see the output than to go back and review right now. Review when it's done. But I didn't know if it would stay. I thought it might automatically page down, and it might have in a second because it's actually sitting there downloading something, ClamAV. So yeah, I think that was updates. Okay, running transaction check, yeah. Okay. The DNF updates will often ask you, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? I wonder if I can do DNF Y updates or something to tell it yes. Of course, there could be a time when you don't want an automatic yes, Checking, succeeding, it's installing. Yeah, these are updates. Because none of these are the stuff I hand typed in there. They could be in the groups. It could have went faster than I thought. If they could be. But it's ClamAV. Okay. Oh, that was in the list. But I didn't have ClamAV on this system. You know what? This may actually be the files I hand typed in along with their dependencies. That probably is what it is. Because I didn't expect to do any updates because it should have said system is already up to date. But it went by, it's working good. And you see why it is worth it to learn some of this stuff. As much as I have always kind of hated to work in the command line, some of it's worth learning, especially like right now with Fedora 28 and me not liking Dragora, then this is way better for me. Once I get it built, once I get the script built, you could actually run these scripts again and again if you wanted. Well, I mean, it wouldn't be any point. I was going to say to do updates, but that wouldn't be any point because you just do DNF update. But the other day, yesterday I think it was, the updater came up, and I was just going to do it normally. I clicked on it, but my mouse slipped, and I somehow made it close. The thing is most apps, when you have an update notification, you just left click on it. Well, this one you don't. DNF drag, or you have to right click and then go down the list and then say update or whatever it is you want to do. Well, I slipped and it closed it. And so then I thought, well, crap, I don't want to wait for that thing to open up again and mess with it. So I just got in the terminal, SU, password, DNF update. And it was so quick that quicker than it would have brought them in and shown you how what it needed to update. So it can be worth it to learn at least the simple stuff. To me, this making the scripts took, it's not really simple. It's simple to someone that's good at that stuff, but to me, it's not simple. It's about as serious as I get doing this. I don't do it real often because it takes a lot of work and concentration for me. But when you're building a new system, I used to spend 3 months from the day I installed it to the day I got it kind of up and going the way I wanted it. Just going through in the package manager. Back when I was using a better, easier package manager. I would just, when I need an app, I'd go there and install it. And then I would always get sidetracked. I'd say, oh, that looks interesting, and install more stuff and end up with what I wanted, hopefully, if I didn't forget and get sidetracked too bad. Kwrite. I just see it. I just happen to see it. Kwrite. It's right there. Installing. And check rootkit's getting installed. I don't know if that's a dependency or what. Oh, no, that's in my list, check rootkit. You see, like these others, Qt, KF5, all that. Now, Chromium is in my list. But see, these are all, Samba's in my list. So the others are dependencies. So this is my list that I just got through working so long on to get it straightened out. And I think all the apps in there, they've been, only one I just added was Kwrite. The rest, well, I added Kate yesterday or the day before. The rest of them have been in there for a long time, and I've used them before. But, and you can you can go back and you can like make a new version of this script. Like say you're doing like my mom's machine when I do it. Well, I don't want as many, okay, that's complete. Okay, now what's it doing? Okay, administration tools. That's some of the groups. That's a group. ABRT. Okay, administration tools. Okay. Okay, it seems to be completely finished. Okay, let's, I can't read fast enough to even hardly catch what's going on. Okay, so we got group packages, config keyboard, dependencies. Okay, yeah, system config keyboard, Python, okay. Okay. So I didn't have any trouble with those extra spaces at the beginning, before the comment lines. I didn't break it. Marking packages installed by group editors. Okay, did the editors. Vim enhanced. Now then, last made it, okay. Dependency resolved. Nothing to do, complete. Okay. So I think that was awful quick. I mean, it was not a whole lot. It's not everything I want to do. It's just a test. So I'm going to say select all, copy. I'm going to go ahead and save this before I lose all this information. And I've been just able to just put it in LibreOffice and save it as a text file, and it works just fine out of some of the other, you kind of don't ever know. There's some of the text editors will only hold so many characters, and you go and put them in there, and they, I really got to, oh, that's 12. That should do, yeah. Because I got to set the default font size to something that I can read. So, let's go back. So can I go? Yeah, no. It just goes page at a time. It got, normally I don't have this. How do you make that go away? There we go. Now, see, it would have me confused because I didn't know where to grab it. Okay. I want to go to that command and make it the name of this file. Got to find it when it finally worked. Permission denied. See, that's why I save these, because it reminds you, if you go back and look through it, you can find out why things didn't work, but you can also teach yourself with the output. Permission denied. Yeah, okay, there's the where it started running, but it had error. Okay, so this is where it started running. I think it might be easier to read it in the terminal. It's bigger, but save as. It's actually I'm gonna do it like this so that I know it was a script, but I want it to be a text file. And first run, first test run. Okay, that ought to do it. Oh, folder contents could not be displayed. What? Oh, I got a wee more in there than I intended to get. Okay, now. And actually, I wanted to save it in here anyway. So, DNF group list commands terminal. It's going to be hard to decipher which one is which the more I get that look the same, but that's okay. I'll have text format. See, if you put .text on the end, it sees that you want a text, but it's going to ask you, do you really want a text? I think maybe this will be easier to read. So let's see. If it's not, I'll go back to the other one and just make the fonts bigger. Okay. I think that's for the command. Permission denied, and then so I went and made the file executable. I had forgot to do that. Okay, so then I executed the script, and then see, it checks the metadata, so on and so on. Dependencies to resolve, nothing to do. Complete. What was it doing? Okay. I'm not sure what all that is, but RPM Fusion free, RPM Fusion already installed and skipping, which is what I expected. Already installed and skipping, nothing to do. It should say then free first and then non-free. Oh, non-free. Okay, so that's why I saw already installed and skipping twice. Complete. Okay, so that worked as expected. That's nice to see. What do we got here? No match for argument kden live. So, okay, there's a mistake. There's something wrong. My kden live, maybe it's not in the repos anymore. I'm going to have to go find out. Copy that into the terminal. I'll probably have to go look in Dragora. It's either spelled, I don't think it's KDEEN, KDEN. The only thing I can imagine if it has to be capital K or something, I don't think so. KDNLIVE. I should be right, unless they dropped it from the repos. I don't think so. Okay. Package Firefox is already installed, skipping. No match for argument, GTK record my desktop. Okay, so that's another one that didn't work. Okay. Something's changed since Fedora 23, I guess. Well, I think I ran it. Well, I don't know. I ran it in 26, I think, but I don't remember. I didn't go through any detailed checking like this. Okay, no match for, okay, so those are wrong. Those are not good. That was the GUI app for GTK record my desktop was a GUI app for record my desktop. That didn't work. Okay. Crusader's already installed and skipping. Yeah. Thunderbird is already installed and skipping. System config very secure FTPD. No match. Okay. Ocala, no match for Ocala. That must have been dropped out. No match for App Finder. So see, I need to go and just, first off, I'll just take those out of my script, I guess, so that I don't have errors in there. And then once I figure it out, if I go to that far, these are not like, well, I want GTK record my desktop on here, but I can go in, I'll have to go into DNF, I guess, and into Dragora and find the right syntax. That's the easiest way to find it. Well, I guess you could go, you can go on Google and do it, but you might find a lot of different people's ideas about what's the right syntax, and it does change over the years. So it's usually the simplest, well, it used to be the simplest when you could use Yum Extender or Yum DNF Extender. You could do it pretty fast and just go in there, search for, Kden Live and find out Well, just really just find out the main Kden Live app name, and then it'll do the dependencies. You know, get it in your script, and then it'll do the dependencies. Now let's go on through here. See why I ran a test first? Okay, now what do we got here? Package simple scan, already installed and skipping. Oh, that came with Fedora. Kate is already installed. I did that manually. Okay, and then what do we got? Oh, okay, so these are the ones that did work. Cheese, check rootkit, Chromium, and so on and so on. And dependencies. Okay, here they are. These are the ones of my list that worked right there. Then the dependencies, there they are right there. Plenty. There's always more dependencies than there are apps. Always. Okay. So, let's see what the next thing is. Install 138 packages. Oh, okay, so it went ahead and took care of all that. I didn't see anything that said update. Oh, I'm typing in the terminal. This is a live terminal window. This is not a... I'll look at it in a minute. I'll go in my file and search for update. But let's go back to where I was. That's one reason why I do it. I save a file. So yeah, here's, lost my place. I started typing and it just took me into the, you know, the command, where I could type. Actually, I thought you could do a search. No, there is no search. And I think maybe some of them you can. You can search inside your terminal window. I'm pretty sure you can. I hit Control F and started typing, and it didn't work. Now I'm lost my whole place and everything. Okay, no match. Yeah, okay. These are the ones that, and then their dependencies. Okay. Here they are getting downloaded. And transaction check and installing. Yeah, okay. And see, all that, I mean, does look like a lot of work, but see, you're getting to see every little detail. All that just for those few that that I had typed in there. Okay, now installs cheese, vinegary, clam AV, and plus their dependencies. If you wanted to learn about you can just right there. If you want to learn what the dependencies are, of course you don't know which one they belong to. If you want to know details, oh, and there's two more columns. If you know which ones they belong to, then you can run commands, but you can also see that. If you do it in the GUI, it shows you. If you do one app at a time, it would show you. If you do 2 or 3, then it'll be just like this. Okay, now, complete. Okay. No match for group record my desktop. I tried to do a group record my desktop. When did I try to do that? I don't know. Must have been, I don't know. Somehow I did something that made it look for a group record my desktop. And that's up in there. That's the notes at the end of that, see. So I don't know. Maybe it tried an alternate way of doing that or something that I was trying to do. Oh, I did put just record my desktop in there, I think, in my little script, in my little hand type thing. Okay, now group administrative tools. See, it says at administrative tools, ampersand. That's the way, and it still may work. You might be able to do that instead of the way that I'm doing the syntax, but I've had trouble with that. I swear sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, so it might depend on the group, but that used to be the way you always did it. Put the ampersand in front of it, just like that. But see, there's the packages. This is for administrative tools. BRT, automatic bug reporting, desktop tool, genome, disk utility. I like that. Fraw's record my desktop. It's a different record my desktop app. Wouldn't have thought. System config user, system config keyboard. Those can be really helpful GUI apps that you can. Some of them may not be GUI. Some of them could be, but some of those I know they are because I've used them. SC Troubleshooter. Yeah. Oh, that didn't already come. Yeah, SC Linux Troubleshooter. That's very helpful when you have SC Linux alerts and figure out what to help you. Sometimes you might actually want to, it'll tell you what commands to allow that to happen. Of course, don't allow it if you don't know what it is. But if you know what it is and you want to allow it, it'll tell you how to do it. System config language. It'll really get you some nice graphic tools. So that's why I like these groups. Things that you don't even know exist, you get them in some of these groups. Okay, what's this? Group. Okay, now we're doing the installation. Um, Packages. Okay, we're doing our installation. Okay, now check transaction check. Okay, we're still working on that. Okay, now let's see. Complete. Didn't have any thing saying an error there. Okay, now marking packages as installed by group editors. Complete. Oh, I was going to say in the editors was only one thing, Vim enhanced. Well, that's weird. Or maybe that's, well, I don't know. I would think, I guess now you could go run that command saying, okay, what's in the editors group and see if it's really just Vim. That's a command line editor, Vim. I used to use it some, but it's pretty hard to remember how to use for me because it's so backwards from a regular GUI. But it didn't throw any errors on my, I have to go back in the script again and look. There's only two things other than my hand type stuff that I tried to install. So I typed it two different ways. Let's go back and compare that. Okay. Dependencies resolved, nothing to do, complete. Okay. I'm just going to leave it right there for right now because I can, if I want to type a command, I can. Okay, so let's see, what do I want to check first? I'm interested in those ones that got skipped, but that's going to take a while, and I'm gonna have to take a break and eat something. I guess I'll just eat a meal. I'm starving. It seems awful early to eat, but I'm so hungry. I can tell that I'm not going to last. I'll start feeling sick. So even just on a snack. Let's see. I want to go back into that script though. It's right here. I saved it already, right? Yeah. It's too hard to read in LibreOffice anyway. Okay, let's move this to the right or something. Okay, now it might be good to move those once they're finished. Move them over there. I don't know because it does get hard to find things in that one folder. We'll see. Well, definitely if I'm going to have to go through. See, I don't know how. There might be a way, but I don't know how you get. I'm sure there is a way in the terminal, but I don't know how. So I just renamed it, and then I could get there, by having to type out the address. Wouldn't have made such a long name if I thought I was going to have to do it that way. But, well, you can see it goes right back to if you've already got a system that's got everything you want, you may want to build a script from that apps list, even though you may get stuff you don't want. It kind of almost 50-50 for me right now whether or not I want to do that. It was certainly, I've done it before, and you're up and going. It's like you might be 95% there, but you're up and going for the most part, because not everything will always work from one, especially when you wait so long to, like from Fedora 23 to 28 to upgrade, Okay, now so where's this is the script I just ran. Okay, so I'm going to click View. We'll look at it in the viewer for its KR viewer. It's pretty good to see it color code stuff. Okay, so what I had, well, DNF update. How come I didn't see DNF update? Okay, I want my terminal output. Where did I put that? What did I just open? That is the terminal output, isn't it? No, that's the script. Yeah. Okay, so I thought I saved it in there. Now, I must have saved it in there. It might not have been showing up. I guess I'm going to have to. I don't know if that'll allow me to see it or not. What did I do? I drug that by accident. Don't want that. I want to make it wider. Okay. First run. Isn't that what I opened up? Oh, I didn't. Okay. Oh, I think it wasn't showing because it didn't. Sometimes Crusader refreshes, and sometimes you got to go out of the directory and back in, which is what I just did a minute ago. I'm going to say open that with Kate just to. No, that's harder to read. Oh, those highlighted colors were good. Let's use the viewer, the built-in viewer. There's different reasons to use different. Are you going to work? taking too long or something? Oh, it opened in another tab in the viewer. Okay, good deal. That's fine. Okay, so this is the script I ran. This is my terminal output. Now, what was it I meant to go see? I wanted to see if it had something about update. Okay, update. It just doesn't seem like it ran DNF updates. That's what I'm wondering about. I don't see why it wouldn't. Unless I put it, well, I put it at the beginning and the end, so it should have ran twice. Gosh. Get to the top of this thing. Okay, update. First time the update's mentioned is on Chromium. I really don't think it tried to run DNF update. I don't see why it wouldn't. Maybe putting it right there fouled it up somehow. Maybe I need to put it, you know, like right there or something. I mean, it's really not necessary to run the updates before you start necessarily, but they always do say that's the best way to do it. Especially, they just say it's safer to get your system up to date before you start. I know if you put it in front of the bin bash, I'm pretty sure it messes up the script. But I figured right there was this perfect place to put it. But it doesn't seem that it tried to run it. Now let's go in the other one. And I never saw it. Well, I mean, it was checking for updates. Let's say we start down here and go up. Well, that just says update. I mean, it's going to automatically check for updates as it installs. I don't know. I'll have to keep I'll have to keep watching it. I've put it at the bottom of scripts before, like it is in this one, and it should. But normally, I remember it always saying checking for updates, nothing to update. You know, that's what I'm wondering what's going on here. Why isn't it? I didn't see it saying. It just got done with the editors, and then it doesn't say checking for updates or running DNF update or anything. And that is what I always remember, even in DNF, not just Yum, you know, I remember it doing that. So I don't know. But yeah, and those other things I want to check on, like the ones that had errors and stuff, I think I'll have to eat first. I can always be looking at that while I'm eating if I want to, but get off the video, you know, and take a breaker. Okay, so there we go. It was a good test. Mostly successful. Okay, where's my script? This is a script. Yeah, this one ran. Group install administrative tools with the Y after it. It never stopped and asked me, do you want to do this or not? Now, that could be a coincidence. Now, the editors, I put the Y in front the way I like to do it, and the only thing I could see is that it could, if it threw, you know, I was saying, well, why isn't there more editors in there? We can find out. We got the terminal still open. That one's really got me scratching my head, but I think maybe it works either way. That's what I'm thinking. The Y part, saying yes is what that -Y means. Yes to all questions, you know. And so, because otherwise you've got to babysit your script and sit there and say yes, yes, yes every so often. And if you got a long script like I'm going to have, you don't want to do that because it may run an hour or two. So now I need, what do I need? I need well, it doesn't matter. Just the script. It's going to have, it'll have it all in there commented out. Like the first time at the bottom, yeah, towards the bottom, it'll have, because I left all this stuff in there from when I ran all these different commands that day. Group info. DNF group info. Editors. It should work. Okay. I'll just type in editors. See what happens. Okay, DNF group info. Looks like we got a list, so maybe I caused it. Okay, Vim enhanced. Okay, so I must have got more. Where did it go? Oh, where's my last time I typed in there? I can't find the last. I always have trouble finding it. Complete. Okay, here it is. DNF group info editors. Last. Okay. Group editors. Description sometimes called text editors. Okay. Allow you to create, edit text files, including Emacs, Vi. Okay, so either they're all on there or it skipped all these. See, I knew there was going to be more. Code editor, Emacs. One of them is easier to use. Most of those are all terminal editors, but that's all right. Emacs. One of them is easier and one's harder. Vim, I think, is the easier one to use, but LeafPad is graphic. PoEdit, I think, is graphic. So it's mostly, that's all right. They don't hurt a thing. Okay, now I forgot to do this. Let's go see. Well, let's see what we got. I didn't go and see. Okay, what's in the list now? See if we can see some new stuff. We should AB rename. Yeah, that wasn't on there, and I was trying to use it. It wasn't there, so I got that. KWrite, got that. I thought that was how you wrote it out, KWRIT, and it was. I got that right, and some of the other ones I used to have right or wrong now. Font viewer, I don't know about that one if it was already on there. Pluma was the one I've been using. I think most of that's what's already on here. I didn't do any graphics programs, so I didn't think I got anything new there. Of course, they might come into a group. I got Chromium. Go ahead and put it up there. Right next to Chrome. And Romania I just put on there. I don't care for that one too much. I need to find a better. There's one, Remote Desktop Viewer. I got it. This is the one I like. This one right here. It's also the one that hasn't been vinegary. There it is. Okay, that's a note for when you start it up. But when you do that, see, you got a list. SSH, VNC. I haven't ever used any, but it'll save what you connected to in the drop-down list. It's just, only thing is it didn't work so good with Tiger VNC server. It gets slow so quick you can't really use it. So I won't put anything up in my top yet until I decide which one I really want to use. They're right there together. So Office is still the same. See, they're not. I did editors, not Office apps. So Cheese is there. Exhale, I don't remember. I think it was already there. UCView, that's a webcam app, a good one. Those are both webcam apps, and they're there. See, a lot of them. I mean, my little list is not anywhere close to. It was just what I could remember at the time, and then I kept trying to remember. Like I said, I don't build these. Check Rootkit, that's good. I did that. I don't build them very often, and when I do, I'll keep them for a long time and reuse them and stuff. And really, the group. I found out that the group lists will get you most of what I want anyway. So, yeah, most of these other apps. Let's see. Emacs. Okay, so it didn't install Emacs, evidently. E-M-A-C-S. E-M-A-C-S. I don't think I misspelled it. And I think that's all you got to do to start it. Genie. That's actually a graphic app. Okay, so that's actually a program, an IDE. Okay, so it didn't work. There's something wrong in that in my script, and I think it must be the way I did it. That right there. Either there's two reasons why it could be wrong. Either I don't need the parentheses around editors or putting that Y in front of it messed it up. I think it's putting the Y in front of it. Oh, this is a view only. I can't edit. But I think I'll need to take that Y out of there and put it afterwards and try it again. I guess I could do it this way. Let's just do it this way and maybe find out right now before I edit the script. I'll try it both ways. That I want to know. Okay, while I'm thinking about it. I should just get the same results as I got a while ago. Already installed. Okay, now. But I don't have all that stuff, so whoops, there. Put the Y after it like they told you to do it in the instructions you found. Let's see if it does any more. Complete, already installed. Okay, not to worry. There's another option. I'm going to try the Y. I'm hard-headed. I want to try the Y like that so that I can, like I said, so I can copy and paste it in a lot easier. Let's see. It's already installed. You think, well, you idiot, it's already done. How many times we got to tell you? Okay, now this time we'll put parentheses on there. Well, there's something wrong. I mean, it keeps, yeah, it tells me it's already installed, but I didn't get what you promised in the group. I don't see what I'm doing wrong. It doesn't matter. It doesn't give you any different output no matter which way you run it. That's me trying to run email, but I don't have all that stuff. I don't need all that stuff, so I'm not going to keep trying for that one. But I did kind of, seems to me that you can put the Y after or before, does not throw out any errors or do anything any different. So I think I can continue to put the Y after it. I'm going to change my file to this way it is now. So it really doesn't matter. I mean, the only reason I wanted to put the Y over there so I could copy and paste instead of having to copy paste and then type. Okay, so yeah, and those ones that did not get installed, I'm going to have to figure out. Probably I'll get them from the groups. I really probably don't. I can just delete them out of my little hand type section of my script, really. So this is the script that I ran, and that's the one. Oh no, that's not what I want to edit. I want to edit my text. Yeah, that's just my info. If you just double click it, open it up in some editor. Pluma, that's fine. So, and normally I get a little scared about, you know, replacing, but I don't think it'll matter. I would make a new file and save it in case I had an error, but I think this will be fine. I mean, there is an undo in here. So, yeah. So I ran it all different ways. Sometimes you get too big of a file, and you know, the text editor won't save it or something, but it worked. Okay. All right, so I'm starving to death. It seems awfully early to have my supper, but that's what I'm going to have is my supper. So I'm going to close my laptop's sleepy. It's going to sleep. Just close my terminal and you know, first thing I want to do is go back and get rid of those ones that aren't even available the way I typed them. Then, well, I want to find out. Yeah, I want to find out what's the deal with Kdenlive. Is it absolutely just not in? Of course, you know, if I do the audio video groups, then it'll get Kdenlive if it's available, because it's the most popular. I think it's the most popular video editor for Linux out there. So that'd be fine. I am really curious as to, you know, why it said it's not available that way, but the way I put it in there. But anyway, I'm gonna go eat, and if I'm not too worn out, if I don't make myself all sleepy after eating and everything, then Case Sysguard. I wrote that down, and I never looked at my note. I think that I'm not sure if that's how it's spelled. Case if that's how you get it to install. I think there's something weird about it. Case Discard is the name of my system monitor app that I like so much that I'm missing a lot. And but I think I saw it the other day. I found the real name to install by, and I think it has a dash in it. It might be K-Sysguard or something like that. You got to get it right. But I could have at least tried. I forgot. I had the note laying on my keyboard tray and never picked it up and read it. Well, anyway, I'll try and come back to this afternoon after I eat. But if I'm really, really tired, then I guess I won't. I don't know. So anyway, I'm gonna go and let's see if my music plays out. All right, we'll see you later. Bye bye. Ready to go home now? I don't think it's going to work. See nothing playing there. All right. Well, darn it. I don't know what I did wrong. All right. Bye-bye.